Hello, welcome to Love First Marriage Movement. No,
Love First
Love First
360.
365. Yes, Love First 365. We have another great couple with us. I'm Sylvester and Lakaya and Scates, and we are going to talk to them about how Love First helped them, if at all.
Great deal. Great deal.
So, guys,
Yes.
just introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from and what you're doing.
And how long you been married?
Okay. I'm Sylvester Scates. And this is my wife, Lakaya Scates. We are from Stamford, Connecticut originally. We've lived a number of places individually, but we currently live in Georgia, outside about 35 minutes or so outside of Atlanta. We've been here together and for 3 years, and we've been married going on 3 years. And we have a son that is turning 2 in August.
Yes.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it.
So, how did you guys hear about Love First?
Well, fortunately for us, we have a personal relationship with the founders of Love First 365. So we have longtime family friends. And so when we got engaged, we reached out to do marriage counseling with them because you guys are just an inspirational couple to us, always have been, to me. And then bringing on Sylvester, he was a little leery initially because he's like, wait a minute, they're going to be on your side. What we doing here? I don't know about this. He's like, we need an equal party. And I'm like, you don't know Todd. I said, he is not like that. They are not like that. They are going to check me or impart wisdom on me if I need it and vice versa. And honestly, it has just been pivotal, even in our first almost 3 years. Love First has truly given us the foundational core things that are needed in a marriage for various seasons. I mean, from communication to time to treasure to, all of the things, and then just continue to be a trusted resource when we need it, because sometimes we just get on each other's nerves and we're going to need to call y'all. So, but still having those foundational principles that were taught from Love First to just go back on and hold us accountable has truly been life-changing. And I feel like you gave us a head start.
So you guys did 2 premarital, which to me, so many people plan for their wedding, but they never plan for their marriage.
Oh my goodness.
And the wisdom, we have one more couple, only one other couple that has done that too. How did that help you guys?
I think that was really good because, we had, I don't know how many months it was with you guys in the beginning. Probably about 6 months almost, right? And, our home pastor, he only did 3 sessions.
Yes.
And his was like straight to the point.
Right.
His was more like, okay, we need you. I want you to study in 1 Corinthians 13, and I need you to study John 3:16. And and then he come back and say, why? And so it was like with you guys, it was more the dissecting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for him, it was like, we're gonna make sure this is official and it stays here. And so it's like close the chapter. Like you work through things. Like with you guys, sometimes we get out of a session and don't even talk to each other.
It was a learning curve.
We don't make it fight so we can see how to get out there.
It was like almost like on one side for the first part, or our home church pastor was like almost like foundational, and then you guys gave us principles to sustain a marriage. So it was like twofold, combining the two, which was really, really helpful.
It really, because you guys gave us the full book meat, and he closed out the book.
Yeah.
And like, all right, now it's only in a couple of weeks, and this was what's going to happen, and made us focus on what the true love is. This is what love is. It's Corinthians 1:13, and 316 is love exemplified.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Right.
and then when you look at it from like a more than just like a reading its perspective, you like, okay,
Yes.
you know,
And
he
also,
died,
right.
you know, to love
So,
us.
so let me
Mhm.
say this, ask this, you both, Sylvester, I know you grew up in that, Greater Faith, right?
Right. Yeah.
You grew
Both of
up
us.
there, right, with Kaya.
Yes.
So you've known each other for how long?
Almost 30 years probably, since we probably about
And so
9.
did y'all have a relationship before while y'all were younger?
Yes, we did.
We had the
Does
puppy
does
love,
your daddy know that?
Nope.
Mhm.
Oh,
I was just
I
going
hope
to
he
choir
don't see
rehearsal.
this.
All men know in the back of their mind, but he probably
Right. True. That's
Yes.
true.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
we went to prom together and all the things.
Really?
High
Wow.
school sweethearts, and then we separated, which he just won't let me live it down, but we're not going to get into that. But
Oh,
we
it was because of you, not him.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yes.
she dumped me, guys.
Ah,
He always says I dumped him. But we broke up and we were apart for 12 years.
Wow.
And then we reconnected in Connecticut because someone from Greater Faith passed away and we were both in town for the
Okay.
funeral. And he was at the same time having a going away party because he was moving to Atlanta. And
Okay.
so I came to the party August 31st, 2019, and we talked every day since.
Wow.
The
True
rest is
love
history.
And yes, yes. But I will say another thing about Love First and how you guys helped us. One of the unique things about you guys is the transparency and the relatability.
Yeah.
You guys are so relatable and transparent. And a lot of times, people of certain statuses, it's appearances, it's the status. They want to appear perfect to be able to minister to people a certain way, you know,
Right.
and that's okay, but sometimes that's not real true ministry. And people need to see relatability and transparency because no one's perfect. We all fall short. So that was really like, okay, they're real people, you know, we can relate to them.
Yeah. Well, the Bible is full of relatability and transparency. It's no perfect person in the Bible but Jesus.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't get it when people do that when they're in ministry. They think that people can't see through that. And we digress. That's not what this is about. Anyway.
Yeah.
But we try to be, we can't be any other way because that's just who we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially me. Like I'm
Right.
that person. I can't fake it.
Right, but
see all over
sometimes
my
All
face.
her face and hear it from her mouth.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I love that you guys feel that way about us. And I also like how you guys said about how you look how I said that Sylvester was a little leery. It's so interesting because not only was Sylvester leery, most men are.
Yes.
He wasn't leery about doing the counseling. He was just leery about
Right.
leery about.
Right. The relationship. And I want to tell you, I have so much respect for you, Sylvester, in trusting your wife and trusting us, right? I don't take that lightly that you didn't know us and she had that relationship with us and that you came in full on and said, hey, I'm going to submit myself to this. I'm going to follow this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a go of it. I give you big kudos and big ups for that. And I appreciate the fact that you let us help. I don't take that lightly at all, bro. For real.
Because it's but God always revealed things. So in the beginning, I'm like, I don't know. So we talked about it, and then we had left it alone. Then she gave an experience, of her sister and their husband. I mean, her sister and husband, and the same scenario. Then I met you guys, so
Went to church.
Yeah, we went to church. We
Right,
met a
guys.
couple of times probably, and then I'm just like why? God telling me why? Like what? Why? They could relate to us. They probably got similar backgrounds, as us. They look like us. They why?
Yeah.
You'll seek counsel from a friend that may have a biased opinion to your feelings.
Absolutely.
So it's so let's do it. Hey, let's give it a shot.
So what is this new calling thing that you're talking about?
Well, it's not new as far as the art. I've been doing it since I was young. As far as
I didn't know that.
Yes. So I've been doing that my whole life. So I've
Oh,
been
you've
in
been
this
rapping?
my whole life. You know,
You
probably
are,
about since I was-
Really?
you are actually a singer, right? Really?
no, I'm a rapper at
can
heart.
sing.
I can
But
sing.
you
I'm
can sing though.
yes.
Mhm.
You
I
know,
was at your wedding and you sang.
yes, for
He-
sure.
The 6 member of Drew Hill, y'all.
Yeah, I
Don't let him fool
definitely I have a voice.
you.
You know, I don't have the voice that I once did as a youth. I don't think, you know, but maybe whatever. So I don't, you know, really, I'm not gonna call myself a singer, you know, but I've been writing rhymes and been a rapper, I would say, since I was really young. You know, in and out of studio since I was about 13. My whole
Really?
family is a musical family on both sides, so it's like it's always been in me. Um, and you know, it started to end the last year to where it was like, you know, basically, basically, in a nutshell, we got to stop being lukewarm. You know, got to stop being lukewarm. We went through having a child to a lot of changes in our lives, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and a lot of ups and downs. And it was like kind of rough after having Phoenix, and it was just like a breaking point. So like those last quarter of the year was like, I'm going to make real changes and be real solid about it. Like when we go into Daniels, I'm coming out of Daniels a different man.
We did a Daniels fast,
yeah,
top of the year.
and we usually do
Wow.
Daniels fast, you know, just about every year, just about. So it's
Can
like,
you hold it 1 minute? Just keep. I'm glad you did a Daniel's fast and came out of it changed. Because you know how
yes,
many people do a Daniel's fast just to do a Daniel's fast. They doing a Daniel's fast, they ain't changed a bit.
Yes.
and that's what we were doing.
And that was literally the start to our complete transformation for us, honestly.
Okay.
And I think it was because we went into it differently, but specifically, Sylvester went into this Daniel's fast totally different. It was just, and I think it just trickled down from him being the head into the whole house. And
Amen.
so it was just totally different and life changing. It was truly not just a fast and then going backwards. It was a fast to a new beginning for us. Daniel's fast.
Yeah.
And so then what happened, Sylvester?
So it's like, you know, the seriousness of taking it, you know, the Daniel's fast serious, and then an opportunity came. So where it was like, okay, um, my sister Jasmine was putting together an event called the Faith Lounge, where you know she's getting, you know, Christians together. We'll have a panel. We'll have artists. People tell their story and how faith, you know, got them through these things. So she had reached out to me. I had already performed at her 2 previous events, and she was letting me know that in March I need you to do something. So this is probably right after my birthday, late January, early February, where she said, I need you to do something for me. I need you to do a Christian a rap song, you know, instead of, you know, a secular song. And you know, I'm like, okay, now I've done that before when I was going to school in Tallahassee back in 2010 and 11 for my father, for his church. But like that was just like, okay, I'm doing it for the church. I've done 1 or 2 songs and that was that. But I've never stepped into that lane before. But
Gotcha.
before she said that to me, my father used to say it to me like, son, you can do this. You know, the way you spit, you're clear, you're concise, you know, you have a message, you know, you're not just talking about anything. You can come over here in this untapped market and so on, so on. And I was like, okay, you got it, I hear you. And then she would say, son, I mean, babe, you could do it. Her mom would say, my son could do it. Like, you know, and so it was always little somewhere being dropped in, you know, somewhere. And but at this point, it's like, okay, when Jazz said, I need you to do it for me as a, you know, performance and whatnot, it's like, okay, I did it for your last 2 events, secular songs. I better not say no to the Lord. Like, why, you know, I'm not gonna be able to do, I can't do it for the Lord. And at the time, I just was in like a writer's block. So after that, she told me it, I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get any. It's like, okay, I'm like, okay, I know the songs be about faith, right? But I'm like, I couldn't come up with anything. It's weeks passing. Every week is passing. The event is getting closer and closer. I'm not getting anything. And then probably about 3 weeks out, we went to church and it was a guest preacher. And she said, you know, something. She was in her message. And she was like, I'm not in the Hall of Fame. I'm in the Hall of Faith. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that's the title. I got the title. Like, that's the title. Cool. Now it was like finding the instrument, finding the music for it and putting the lyrics together. And still not finding anything after I got the title.
It was like the week of when it all came together.
Week before, I found the beat, which I had a list of instrumentals that I've been listening to for over a year, and I found one. I'm like, oh, this could do it. And then like the hook started to come to me. I'm like, all right, cool. still don't have one lyric yet. I didn't have one lyric to the Saturday before. And so now I'm putting the song together. But once I started, it just was spilling out of me, like with nothing, like, you know, and I'm like, oh, cool. And I still had, so I had set up a session to record 3 days before the event, still had a few lyrics to put together while in the studio.
Wow.
On that Wednesday before. But when I was doing it, like, I'm like, even on my way, I'm like, this is going to be special. But on my way, I still didn't have no intention on releasing the song. I just had to do it for the event.
Right.
Like, on my way to the studio, it was like the oddest thing ever. Like, you have to drop this on Good Friday.
The
Like,
Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit just came.
Like, the Holy Spirit.
Like, you know how God is. God don't explain anything to you. You just do it.
That's it.
And then go silent. So I'm just like, whoa. And I knew it was real because I'm nervous now. My hands starting to sweat. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But I'm nervous, but then like burst of ideas just started to flow. Like, like a burst of feeling. And then I'll get to the studio, I'll record it. And as I'm feeling it, I'm texting Kaya. I'm like, babe, this is going to be phenomenal. She said, babe, I already knew it was going to be different than anything that you've ever done. And I'm like, wow, this is very special. And, you know, even down to like after, and then once I go and perform it, this was like really like the Holy Spirit was in the whole building. It was a really great event. And when I get up there, and the way Jazz set it up, after she gave me the list of like how the flow of the show was going to go the next day, Friday, and she has me last. I'm closing the whole thing.
Oh God.
And the way the song is, I'm like, okay, it's perfect. But then as the event is going and you listen to the artist, everything is real smooth and real low key and small vibing, like praise you songs, you know. And I'm like, oh wow, look at you, God. I'm like, look at you, God. Like, you're about to make me turn the house up, like, you know. So I'm like, oh, okay, I see where it's going. And I did a little testimony before, about 2 minutes or so, and the beat dropped, and it was just like reactions like never before. I've been performing my whole life. It's a standing ovation. People are like, yes, yes. It was, and that was like, yeah, wow, this has to happen. I can never turn back again. Like, you know, like that.
Well, that's what God does. He makes you know it won't you for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he puts that stamp on it, like
You know, it's really interesting because so many times I do premarital counseling for couples, and you know, there are times when I've even told people, I don't know if you should get married or whatever. But you know, for me, there was really no question. I one of the things that we talk about in Love First is purpose. And I love the whole story about how you guys reconnected. Because when God has a purpose for your life and he assigns you a life partner, doesn't matter what happens. He brings that thing back full circle when we're submitted to him. And so, you know, like as you talk about your calling and what God has called you to do, right? That's very much a part of your wife as well, and how God is going to use the both of you in the way that he's going to use your marriage to change your family, to change your generation, to change generations. And it's really an awesome thing. So tell us what is one of the most memorable things that you took away when you guys did your premarital counseling? Like, what was the one thing that stuck with you more than anything?
Like, what is it? The 9 T's?
4 T's or something? 4 T's.
4 P.
4
No,
T's.
you're talking about Todd's T's.
Todd's T's.
Treasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So if you guys are, if you're listening to this podcast or this cast and you want to know what those T's are, you need to book an appointment.
Yes, you do. Those 4 T's will change your life and your marriage.
It definitely will. And you look at it, and we use it playfully too.
We use it all the time.
All the time. Oh, you don't treasure me. That's what it is.
All the time he says that to me. All the time. He wants me to watch all his shows. I'm like, I don't want to watch that. See, you don't treasure me. You don't treasure me.
Then we have had to work that out, because I'm watching stuff that I never thought
Oh my.
But it's about giving up of me. Like, why
Yes.
lay yourself down, girl, to watch this shoot 'em up, bang, bang show?
Yes. Yes.
Why you can't lay yourself down? He watches all that other stuff with you, Project Runway.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what it's about, because we would do it for friends. We would do it, but you have to treasure and do these things for one another, because this is first, right? So those teas, I'm telling y'all that they are all throughout our day to day, all the
Yeah,
time.
because they're not like huge pivotal things.
Yes.
Like, you know, they
They're
can be.
they're practical.
Yeah, they can be like, you know, but they're just like everyday things that you can take from these teas. And if you
Yeah.
just, you know,
Implement them.
implement them, it can make a big difference.
Yeah.
So the thing that I love about y'all too, and how y'all are going to be impactful, is that you are also very real. You're not churchy, because
Mhm.
nobody wants to see that.
Right.
No, seriously, and religious, and you know, you're real people that God uses every day for a purpose. And
Yes.
that's what you're going to be even the more. I'm not sure if y'all, you know, really know, but you guys will be doing what we're doing. You guys will be absolutely doing it. And the reason why you're going to be doing it for couples is because you are actually doing the work of it. You guys are actually doing the work of it. You're not just being married, getting mad, calling your people up, because you do it all the time. And that is the thing that is going to make the power happen behind you. Because you have people doing counseling and coaching all the time, but they don't do it with the power to transform. You can tell somebody something and they can do it. But if you don't have something behind you, your back, that you really did this, power just, it kind of said, you guys are going to be like us and so much more.
That's an honor, honestly. That's an honor. And it's funny when you mentioned, you know, our purpose and things like that, because someone asked me, how did you know that he was the one? And I had never really articulated it the way I did to her. And suddenly the Holy Spirit helped me articulate it. And I just said, I just felt like my purpose was connected to his.
That's the
And
whole.
that's the and it was bigger than me. I just felt like, and our purposes was connected, not in a platonic way. It couldn't be platonic. It wasn't just a business partner. You know,
Right.
it was true divine purpose. I felt that was connected. So you saying this and speaking this over us, because I always have conversations with him. I'm trying to identify what my purpose is. But as he fulfills his, I know God is revealing mine and ours, you know. So I received that. And it's an honor to follow into the footsteps of Love First.
And we'll talk to you guys more about that,
Yeah,
about how to discover your purpose and how to really walk in that.
But I think that it's a fight for people, that they're fighting to find their purpose. And for and oftentimes we are mom and wife,
Yes.
and that looks different for us than it does for men. And we kind of, a lot of times women lose themselves.
Yes.
But it's not about losing yourself, and it's about truly becoming one. And I think that the world's view of that is so warped.
Oh my God. You are so on time.
That we as women feel like we are being second-class citizens if we are to join with our husbands.
Yes.
We're so busy trying to fight for our lives, thinking that's what we're going to do because of what the world says.
We're in gender wars.
Right.
Gender wars all the time. Yeah. So
but
true.
thank you guys so much for doing this with us. We want the world to know what Love First 365 is. I feel like we've been hiding on the other side of the mountain. So that's why we're doing this, to get it out there to you know, more people. And guys, if you want to follow us on all of our platforms, please do so. This full interview will be on YouTube. And again, we thank you, Scates family. We love you so much. And we hope to see you real soon.
Absolutely. Love you guys too. Thank you for everything.
For everything. Always.